Hello YouTube, my name is Isabella and today I'm going to be doing a kind of fun, quick video. I'm going to be discussing my 10 favorite book covers of the year. I originally saw this video on Jessie the Reader's channel and I thought it was fun, quick, and it's also a top 10 video I can do before the year is over. I will say in advance that I'm not the best describer as to why I like certain covers and stuff. It's just I find them pretty and I wanted to kind of put that out into the world. This video isn't a countdown or whatever, I'm just talking about my 10 favorite. I don't have like a most favorite and a least favorite, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just gonna discuss away. My first favorite book on this list is actually A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. I love these covers and I love the designs for a few reasons. I love that it's a limited color palette. I love that the designs are very simple, yet for me, I find them to be very striking. And I love that the series altogether, they line up, they match. I don't think covers ever truly reflect what a book is about, but this one, it does a pretty good job of taking elements from the story and making a beautiful cover. This next one I find so beautiful, and it is When Dimple Met Rishi by Cynthia Menon. I typically hate books with like people's faces on them, but I think it's just so cute, and I love the addition of the henna on her hand, and it's just so fun and light, and I think it sells you on what the story is gonna be. This one is super striking to me, and I love the spine that it's a bright orange. Another cover that I love this year was Witchwood by Tahereh Mafi. I don't own this one yet, which is sad, and every time I see it in a store, I want it, simply because of how beautiful it is. I love the fact that it's primarily white. I think white books are really, really pretty, and I just love the extra little details in the cover. It's just so beautiful, and there's a girl in a hijab on there, which I think is great, and I think one of the first times I've ever seen it on a cover. It's a beautiful, beautiful book, and I want it. I want to own it so badly. Another book cover I really super love is A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard. I haven't read this book yet, but it gives nothing away from the story. I just like the fact that this book is pink. I like that it's super shiny and reflective. I hope it's not blinding you right now, but I just think this one is super striking. It draws you right in. This one was totally a cover buy. Now thinking about it, I don't know if it's out in the States yet, but this one is beautiful. It's so shiny. Frankly, I think there need to be more pink books in the world. Another book cover that I think is absolutely stunning is The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. I love the combination of the light blue and the kind of bronze copper lettering in it. I think it's super striking. I like the fact that there are actual like thorns on the cover, and this book I'm actually currently reading. I've barely started it, but I just think that the design of this book from start to finish is beautiful, and I can tell you, if I didn't know anything about Leigh Bardugo and her books, if I saw this in the stores, I most definitely would pick it up in the store, look into it, and that's the job of a cover. So I think this one is absolutely stunning. Another book cover that I love but do not own is Caraval, the UK edition by Stephanie Garber. I actually own the North American edition, but frankly, I'm not too impressed with this cover. I know everyone else seems to love it, but I just think it's a little bit boring and flat. However, I super love the design of the UK book. As you can see, it is black and gold, which is some of my favorite color combinations. I think it's very striking and beautiful, but something that puts it over the top for me is when you actually like unwrap the book, and on the actual hardcover there are like designs and imprints on the book. I nearly bought it, although I already have a copy of it, and I've heard some negative reviews from people I trust. So like that just goes to show how much I love this cover. And you know what, if I end up enjoying the book, I might pick up the UK edition. Another cover that I think is absolutely stunning is Wild Beauty by Anna Marie McLemore. This is the Owl Crate edition. However, I think both editions, the regular and this one, are absolutely stunning. Again, I haven't read this book, but I know that the sisters that are in the story are either gardeners or they tend to flowers, whatever, which I think is a really nice touch on here. And speaking of touch, it's actually like a raised surface and like a textured cover, which I think is beautiful. Another cover that I desperately wanted and needed in my life was That Inevitable Victorian Thing by E.K. Johnston. I asked for this for Christmas simply because I love this cover. I've never read anything by E.K. Johnston, although she is an author that has intrigued me for a while, but this cover is just stunning. I love the purple and the reflective, sorry, I'm just staring at it. I love the purple and the reflective, I don't know if you'd call that gold. The mixture of all these different elements I think is absolutely stunning. And I also just noticed that there's a DNA branch thing up here, which I have no idea how that's relevant to the story yet, but I think that's a very intriguing touch. And look at the spine. Oh, it's stunning. Another cover that I really liked this year, and a book I do not own, is Wicked Like a Wildfire by Lana Popovich. This is a book that I was really interested in reading because of the summary and also how pretty this cover is. I really like the purple. I really like the purple on this cover, and I like the typography, and I think it's very engaging and intriguing. However, I haven't heard the greatest things about it yet, so I think before I run out and buy it, I'll read it probably from the library. I know I said this list wasn't a countdown. However, my favorite cover of the year should come as no surprise to anyone who's at all familiar with my channel, and that is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This book, I'm 95% sure, is going to be my favorite book of the year, and it is my favorite cover of the year. Blue is my favorite color, and this blue is one of the prettiest blues I've ever seen, and I love the mixture of gold and blue and the moth, which has supreme relevance to the story. And if you haven't read the book, this may not give you anything to go on, but when you've read it, you understand the significance of even the colors picked on this cover, and I just think that it's wonderful. Frankly, it doesn't hold a candle to the US edition, so I love this, and if they don't make the sequel, The Muse of Nightmares, match this cover, I'm going to be so upset because I think this is the prettiest book I own. So those were my 10 favorite covers of this year. I'd love to know some of the books that were released in 2017 that you thought were beautiful, because I'm sure I missed some. These were the 10 that while planning this list were on my mind. I'm sure I missed many, but I had to cap it off some. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked my list, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!